And hello, it's James and Nick from the Outriders Gaming, just doing our finishing video for Call to War. I'll apologise for the noise now, we are driving back. We've got quite a long drive, so we thought we'd do a bit of recording beforehand. And yeah, we're just going to go over some bits and pieces about the tournament. So, feelings. Nick, how are you feeling?
Tired. Very tired.
Yeah.
6 games of Warhammer and I'm just starting a 4-hour drive home. Lovely.
Yeah, it's a long time, but you know you've had a good time when you feel tired, don't you?
Oh,
you know it's been busy.
6 intense games against 5 great opponents. The guy I played round 5 was an absolute twat. Just an absolute. Just did not enjoy that game whatsoever. I tried to, if I could have docked him sports points, I would have, but
I'm pretty sure he's a top-notch guy, to be honest.
I've heard really bad things about him.
Oh, I've only heard good. But anyway, moving on. So let's go over some comp. So how we felt about it. I'll watch our other videos, especially Nick's one. Preview video, he goes over the comp for the majority, the overall comp. We'll put up a pack for all the others.
There's a link to the ETC comp pack in my preview video, and seeing as we're recording this on our way back from the tournament, there's going to be some time travel because this particular video is going to go up after the battle reports. So I'm predicting in the future we will go through the race specific comp as we go along for the different armies we face.
Yeah, and we've faced quite a lot of different bits and pieces, so you'll probably get a lot of it.
So rock warriors a couple of times. What else did I get? I've no idea. Demons.
Yeah, well, we'll go over that in more specific in the videos.
I think the comp, and we'll get onto this a bit in more specific later, but it was very lenient to some armies that really didn't need the extra boost, whereas others were crippled. I think it's quite telling that there are only 2 Dark Elf lists.
Yeah.
Which is possibly to do with the massive overreaction that people have and just comp the shit out of them when, you don't need to go that bad. Whereas Ogres, Skaven and Lizardmen get off fairly unscathed, really. There's nothing there that really stops you taking the powerful lists.
The problem is with the Dark Elves as well, because it was so heavily comped, even if you wanted to go down a competitive route but slightly different way, you might still not be able to do it, because it's like they've comped like the good things. So if you want to do something a bit alternative, it's probably just going to end up shit. So,
well, the 4 dice on Shadow it's just an overreaction. Yes, Mind Eraser is good, but it's like any big spell, really. You just know that if they're going to charge you, there's a chance of Mind Eraser, and you just know that when you're playing the game. I've had Corsairs chop a tree man off the board. It's happened to all of us, and yes, it's shit, but 4 dice on it. Why just comp the whole Lore of Shadow? You could just, if you want to be. The ETC team or committee don't seem to have a problem committing the fuck out of everything. So, and playing around with stuff. So why not just say, you can't cast Mind Eraser on more than 4 dice? There's nothing to stop you doing that. And I think because the rest of the Lore of Shadow is good, but 4 dice to cast anything is just so crippling.
Yeah. So just going over general comp, really. I found that personally with my list, it didn't really do anything. I found that I wouldn't mind that comp pack, but I really hate the line of sight rules.
So the line of sight is. We'll mention magic in a bit, because the 2 main things are the line of sight and the magic. But as a dwarf player, the line of sight, we know that in our game it screwed you over completely. How about your other games? How did you deal with it?
It was alright in the other games, but the problem is it kind of makes me want to just sort of stay away from terrain, just in general, because I've got to make those sort of field of fires sort of thing, and it's like, especially with Maelstrom, they've got
a lot of hills,
a lot of buildings. It's great because they got loads of terrain, but it's almost like we're spoiled with it, because we end up with about anywhere between 6 to 8 maybe pieces of terrain on a board, and it's just like, and you might have 2-3 buildings, probably 2, but that's still, and especially for the ETC comp, you can have as many models as you like in a building. So you could just do the castling. You could just do the castling up and
I mean, I don't think that the Maelstrom terrain was ideal for the ETC comp, like, because so basically the ETC line of sight is also based around the fact I think there are either 6 or 8 preset terrain setups at the European Team Championship, and so there's maybe a building max and not on all the tables, and there's a couple of hills, but that's it. So it's not, you know, the thing isn't designed to be on just general tables. It's designed to go with their style of table setup. So I mean, it was difficult. I mean, I find it really difficult.
Yeah.
Basically, I created death zones where if anyone went in there, they would die, and it was quite nice to be able to funnel stuff like that. But I find it felt really forced.
The problem is, like with my army, obviously I castle, and it gets even worse when the terrain's that saturated, because I only castled in the middle for one game. I'm pretty sure, I'll go over it in battle reports, but I'm pretty sure only in one game I castled in the middle, just because there was it actually gave me a reasonable field of fire, where in every other game it was literally in the corner. I was just in the corner for every game for that, because the scenery does just affect too much, especially when it's like, oh, hills are infinitely high, but all their hills are about like literally flat as anything, like an inch to half an inch high, and it's just
it felt weird.
It was just stupid. It was just like, oh, I'll put my tree man, or I'll put my gyrocopter, or I'll put whatever I want behind it, and it's like, oh, well, you can't see me at all.
Well, so mixed feelings on line of sight. Shouldn't dwell on stuff too much. How about magic? I know you probably enjoyed the magic system quite a bit.
Magic. Oh, there was fuck all. To be quite honest, there was literally hardly anything went off.
So come on, let's sum it up. How many spells were cast against you? I know personally, I didn't manage any.
I had actually, that's a lie. I had one big spell, one of the scary spells go off. So I had no dwellers, I had no pit. I had one
Purple Sun.
Purple Sun. I had one Purple Sun, which ended up him misfiring, and he landed on his own head. So, so it wasn't. I literally magic for me. For dwarfs, this comp is great because you go, oh well, you can only, a lot of armies only 2 dice from any source.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, from my point of view, the 5 dice, I really enjoyed having Beast for that because it meant I could lower casting values. And I mean, I did try against you. I just had to keep trying to cast dwellers, and on 5 dice, bang on. You know, the big spells. You know, it's tough to get.
That was unlucky though.
What's the other big spell? One of them's cast on a 24 or something, or a 25. It came up against me. Oh, the big comet on a 24 or a 25. Comet, You know, you can't do it. Can't be done on 5 dice, and you know, dwellers not getting off. So, you know, it changes the dynamics of the magic phase a lot, because there's a lot. You can't just go, I want to push this spell through.
Yeah.
You know, very, very different. But it also meant your magic, you know, you only needed 5 dice for it to go, you know, try and have a successful magic phase, because you just try and push the big spell.
Thing is, you don't think it's that bad 5 dice until you play it.
Yeah, because you think, no, it's fine. Like, you know, you think averages, but 50% of the time doesn't mean that you're going to get, you know, 50% chance of getting off your big spell doesn't mean you're going to get it half the time. Dear Lord, do I know that. But also, more significantly, it reduces the odds of irresistible fours drastically, so you just can't get it. Well, I know I didn't get it once over 6 games, and well, how many? You know, over 30 magic phases, I didn't get a single irresistible force. No, tell a lie. I got 2 irresistible forces in my last game. Yeah. But that was on 2 dice and 3 dice, because I'm a jammy fuck. But anyway, so that's a general comp for us. So,
organisation then.
Well, I mentioned this in the preview video. So, run by Will Goodwin. I have to say, in terms of organisation itself, top notch.
Top notch, yeah.
Thing is, you know, coming off the back of the South Coast GT, so the bar is quite high, but you know, he passes. I think all the rounds ran on time.
I think the nicest touch he had in the entire thing was the packs. The pack. Yeah.
We all got there when we got there, an individualised player pack, Now, we're not just talking something with our name printed on the front. No, a full-on booklet with your name on it. For all of your games, there was a page laid out ready for you with the scoring system, with your army list. Not only your army list, but also not only your unit values and victory points, but also if your half victory points.
Yeah.
As well, everything was laid out. And it was a nice little touch, like the fact, so on my little, for each page for each thing, like my opponent's name was, a place laid out for that. But also, what I didn't realise straight away, like I have 2 Spellweavers, and they were there. I had 2 lines with Spellweaver 1, Spellweaver 2,
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how much time and work and effort went into preparing these for every single person.
Well, it's just quality. It's quality, because I think this will sort of set the bar in some ways for a lot of other people, because you go for South Coast was awesome, but you did get slips. You got like little slips.
I liked
it was
the South
fine.
Coast
It was
slips.
fine.
It was nice.
It was quick. It was easy.
The thing was,
just got rid of
I
it,
thought
sort of thing,
I really like the booklets, because I keep thinking, that means I have a souvenir booklet.
Yeah.
Did you remember your booklet, James?
No.
No, I did not remember my booklet.
The booklet would have just been fantastic.
Which is why I apologise if I've forgotten any names by the time I get round to recording.
I think we're going to try and work them out. We're going to send off some emails as well, see if we can get a hold of the names.
So if you're watching these and I forgot your name, I apologise.
I do as well, because I've only written. I think I've worked out 4. So.
And also, the other great thing, name tags.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
name
don't
tags.
know if the number of times at tournaments you forget your opponent's name after turn 1.
Yeah.
And by then it's kind of too late to ask him again. Whereas when there's a name tag, you just, everyone can.
Well, you always get that, no matter how nice how much fun you're having. As soon as you turn around and say, "Sorry, mate, what's your name?" Even if it's done really well,
weird.
it's like it kind of just puts you all back into reality again, doesn't it? It's just he doesn't remember my name.
Did you keep yours?
So.
I stole mine. We were supposed to
No,
give it back.
I forgot.
You
Hang on.
forgot it?
It might be in my pocket.
Oh, you
I'll have to find
dyslexic
it.
idiot. I stole mine. There was a little sign at the end to put with
Yeah.
the feedback tips, give it back, and I just went, no, this is
No.
nice. It's a label that says I am a geek.
Yeah.
So I mean, good.
Anything else on organisation at all?
Nope.
I think that is it.
No.
So, moving on to Saturday night.
Right, now, I don't know, Maelstrom Games, like I said, is brilliant. They've got the bar downstairs.
Such a nice place to be. If you ever get a chance to go, it's just Geek Central. It's just a really nice place to be. It's great.
We had an extra 5% off in the store, so there was 15% off base.
Yeah.
And then we got an extra 5% from being in the tournament.
Yeah.
Their store by their own range of Bane Beasts.
Lovely
they had a
models.
decent stock of GW stuff actually this time.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that GW make it impossible for independent retailers, but that's a different story.
Yep.
They kept the bar open until, when did we leave?
I think did we clock out around about?
Well, personally, I clocked out mentally around 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But,
I think it must have been about 12. Was it 1? No, we got back around about 1, I think. So, but we did walk